First, Oakey residents are being urged not to panic about property prices as more details of the water contamination investigation continue to emerge. Meanwhile, locals are still feeling bewildered after this week's public meeting that left more questions than answers.
Lester Schmidt relies on this bore to irrigate his Oakey property and water his sheep. His water has been found to contain the two potentially hazardous chemicals that have leached out of the Oakey Army Base and into local groundwater. He says this week's public meeting on the issue just left him bewildered.
There's more questions than there are answers, and so why did they have this meeting if they didn't have any answers as to what these chemicals might do to people, and why did they bring the meeting on?
While investigators search for those answers, many landholders are fearful the contamination could force the closures of their bores, which could dramatically impact their property values.
I would consider that a bore of this equivalent would be worth possibly $50,000 to add to the value.
Lester's sheep are just a hobby, but for those living off the land, the consequences would be huge.
It would be devastating because they would lose their entire properties. If they have no water, they have no income.
While uncertainty is never a good thing for the property market, LJ Hooker's Mike Stewart is adamant there's no need to panic. He says if this contamination issue does turn out to be serious, there should be ways it can be managed to preserve property values.
In terms of contaminated land, we deal with it in a commercial sense often, and we find as long as you have an effective management plan and you know what it is, then it doesn't really have that much of an impact on value or saleability.
While it's too early to develop such a plan, Mr Stewart is hopeful people won't have to.
That's very good quality land out there, and it has been for a long time, and it's been functioning well. So I would expect that hopefully we're not going to see a big impact on value.
Caitlin Holding, WIN News.